Let's talk about Jews. It's all the rage these days, no matter what side of politics you stand on. Jews, Jews, Jews! American Jews make up around 2.5% of the population, but they seem to be at the center of it all. Whether it's in the entertainment industry, the media, social justice movements, or in the government. When someone runs for president in America, what foreign country do we hear them praise the most? Israel, our greatest ally that sucks up more foreign aid than any country on the face of the planet. Israeli Americans filled Joe Biden's top cabinet positions, and there's quite a few in Trump's cabinet as well. These are powerful positions, but if you criticize them, question their allegiance, or oppose wars that benefit Israel, you are anti-Semitic and possibly breaking a law. Sounds like the ultimate privilege to me. We hear about anti-Semitism pretty much every day. So what is it? Here is the working definition. Now they call it working because it will never be finished. It started small and vague, and more keeps getting added to it to suit the current agenda of those coming up with it.
Anti-Semitism is a certain perception of Jews which may be expressed as hatred toward Jews. Rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Semitism are directed toward Jewish or non-Jewish individuals and or their property, toward Jewish community, institutions, and religious facilities.
A certain perception of Jews which may be expressed as hatred toward Jewish or non-Jewish individuals? What this really says is you can't have a negative view of someone who is Jewish or Zionist for any reason because that's hate, and they'll let you know when you're getting out of bounds. And this even applies to Jewish institutions and facilities. This is amazing. If you scroll down and give some examples,
making dehumanizing, demonizing, stereotypical allegations such as the power of Jews as a collective, a world Jewish conspiracy, or of Jews controlling the media, economy, government, or other societal institutions.
But it's fine when you make stereotypical allegations of white supremacy, white privilege, Nazism, and demonize non-Jewish white men, right? There's no word to protect them from any and all criticism. But if someone does make a detailed chart naming names of people with power and influence and how they happen to be Jewish, that is also anti-Semitic and hate speech. Look at this definition.
Accusing Jews as a people of being responsible for real or imagined wrongdoing.
According to this, you can't even call out Jews for real wrongdoing as a group, even in times of war and genocide. You can, however, call out all Germans for wrongdoing. You've heard it before, and I will say it again. To learn who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize. If you say that Jewish privilege and power is dominating your country, you will lose your bank account, social media, be defamed in the lying press, and be blacklisted from everything because they don't have any power and influence. I know, it happened to me. Scroll down for more examples. If you say, hey, I think the Holocaust stories are a bit exaggerated. There's another side to the story. Here's what this German grandmother said. Anti-Semite. It's even anti-Semitic to say other peoples have also suffered. There can only be one Holocaust, TM.
Foxman is concerned about the Ukrainian government's comparison of the famine in the Ukraine before World War II with the Holocaust.
The one thing that you need to be sensitive about is not to link it with the Holocaust. Be careful that it not be played as your genocide, our genocide, because that will be counterproductive on all sides.
We, of course, respect Holocaust, and I understood your message, and you try to be very, very diplomatic.
Saying otherwise is anti-Semitic. Accusing dual citizens of their loyalty to Israel over America. How dare we question the obvious AIPAC Israel First agenda screwing over American taxpayers? We don't benefit from any of this. I love this one. Denying the Jewish people their right to self-determination. Behold exhibit for me, not for thee. Classic double standard. But point this out and you're anti-Semitic. It's okay when we do it, but not when the white goyim do it, because that's Nazi nationalism. Using the symbols and images associated with classic anti-Semitism, including claims of Jews killing Jesus or blood libel. Okay, so fighting over a 2,000-year-old Jewish story that's anti-Semitic. Not allowed. Classic anti-Semitism in art? How did it become classic anyway? Historically, why isn't there classic anti-Scandinavian, anti-Greek, or anti-Celtic art or symbols that we know of? Because they didn't collectively continue to do things to piss people off and create general dislike of their group. They don't need a word to shield them, because their actions shield them. Okay, here's the thing, guys. If you date 109 girls and they all break up with you, citing the same reasons throughout your life, eventually you might want to take a look at yourself.
We are a people that has been kicked out of every place we've ever lived for 2,000 years. Every single place.
Got your ass.
But according to this, that's anti-Semitic. Also, if something isn't true, why take it so personally? Why care so much? Other examples, and this is their short bullet list. You can't call them Nazis. Okay, this is very annoying when people do this, though. I don't like it. And you can't point out their double standards. You can't hold them responsible as a group for anything. You can't even laugh and share a merchant meme because you might go to jail in some countries.
They put you in jail. Right away. Right to jail.
Noticing how Jews are ruthless in business and oftentimes rich would be a compliment to others. But no, that's anti-Semitic too. Yes, the term anti-Semitic has been weaponized. Kenneth Stern, the lead drafter of the working definition of anti-Semitism, is now walking it back and is concerned because if everything is anti-Semitism, nothing is anti-Semitism.
To have a sting, it has to be used only in the clearest cases. So I'd always default to not. Now there's a push to make it almost ubiquitous. And when everything becomes anti-Semitic, nothing is anti-Semitic, and that makes it harder to fight anti-Semitism.
That's right, Ken. It's like when they call everyone a Nazi, then no one is. They've gone too far. Now even during a war, criticizing Israel is deemed anti-Semitic. Kenneth Stern, who is a dual citizen, conservative Zionist for Israel, but open borders, liberal social justice warrior for America, blames right-wing Jews for weaponizing anti-Semitism on campus. But he's the guy who drafted the working definition of it. It was always intended to be a weapon used to further their Zionist agenda. He doesn't care about free speech. He was one of the lawyers who went after historian David Irving versus Deborah Lipstadt for so-called Holocaust denial. He's only trying to win points with the left here while he continues his Zionist agenda. He even runs the Hate Center, targeting mythical white supremacy and evil European self-determination, but can't see the hateful supremacist actions of his own people. Everything he accuses us of doing, they are doing. Saul Alinsky said, accuse your opponent of what you are doing. And he was Jewish, by the way. Many Jewish Zionists also claim to be against the 3 Ds of anti-Semitism. Delegitimization refers to the denial of the Jewish people's right to self-determination. The second D refers to the portrayal of certain groups as evil, demonic, or satanic. The last D refers to the application of double standards on similar situations. Well, all of these things and more are happening against white Europeans and most European countries, but Zionists like Ken Stern are okay with this double standard. In fact, they like it. He calls it hate, racism, and Nazism when we are against these very same things used against our people. This is the behavior that leads to people not liking you. This, Ken. Most people are not against Jewish self-determination, but most of the world is against them committing genocide. The bottom line is the word anti-Semitism is a trick, and it's getting stale. Here's a 2002 interview with a former Israeli government minister.
Well, it's a trick. We always use it. When from Europe somebody is criticizing Israel, then we bring up the Holocaust. When in this country people are criticizing Israel, then they are anti-Semitic.
Yep, that about sums it up, folks. If white people supposedly have all this power in America, what word can we use to shield us collectively and individually from any and all criticism, no matter what we do? It doesn't exist. If someone hates me because I am white, there's no word I can conjure that can be used to mobilize the whole legal and cultural system to defend me. Using the word anti-Semitism is a trick, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Jewish people are not victims, but this word they've created is now turning against them. They are creating the very thing they fear through their own actions. It always comes down to your actions. Thank you for watching. If you like what we do, you can support us by heading over to redicemembers.com and click subscribe to get access to our exclusive content. We are 100% listener supported. No ads, no sponsors, no mystery man behind the curtain. More coming up, so stay tuned into Red Eyes. We'll see you on the next one.